broadcast, where India has completed and crossed the landmark of 100 crore vaccine doses, 1 billion doses. Now, the vaccination campaign, which started as the landmark was being targeted most effective weapon against COVID-19 pandemic. Now, that has reached this key landmark of 100 crores, and we've been talking about it as well. Now, this vaccination campaign, which started as the mark was taken forward to reach this achievable goal, and we are going to press ahead further with this. We are taking it forward as well. The vaccination campaign, which started as the most effective weapon against the COVID pandemic, has crossed a crucial milestone today. The number of COVID-19 vaccine doses administered in India has crossed 100 crore mark. The milestone has been achieved due to early and proactive steps and continuous monitoring at all levels. We bring you a report on the journey so far.
As the nation celebrates Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, India has administered more than 1 crore vaccine doses, creating yet another milestone in the fight against COVID-19. There is no country in the world that has undertaken vaccination drive with such speed and determination. Not only the central government, state governments and district administrations, healthcare workers, ASHA workers and general public must be credited for believing in the vaccine and achieving such a milestone. Having said that, carrying out a successful vaccine drive was not an easy task without the use of best strategies and techniques. The vaccination drive began on 16 January 2021 from AIIMS with doses administered to only healthcare workers as they remain at the front line and most vulnerable to the virus. Beginning with vaccinating 1 crore healthcare workers, the campaign gained momentum with every experience. In the second phase, over 2 crore frontline workers were added to the list of those eligible for the jab. Frontline workers were those who ensure adherence of protocols in the containment zones, following which senior citizens above the age of 60 years were permitted to get the vaccine jabs. Gradually, availability of vaccine doses was increased and so did the expansion of the eligibility criteria to get them. The most emerging concern then was saving the most vulnerable lives. Thus, persons above the age of 45 years with comorbidities were brought under the eligibility bracket, as they were at the highest risk of severe disease and death. The vaccination drive witnessed a turning point when beneficiaries aged 18 years and above were made eligible for vaccination. On June 7th, Prime Minister Narendra Modi had announced that all citizens aged 18 years and above will be vaccinated free of cost.
अब तक देश के करोड़ों लोगों को मुफ्त वैक्सीन मिली है। अब 18 वर्ष की आयु के लोग भी इसमें जुड़ जाएंगे। सभी देशवासियों के लिए भारत सरकार ही मुफ्त वैक्सीन उपलब्ध करवाएगी। गरीब हो, निम्न मध्यम वर्ग हो, मध्यम वर्ग हो या फिर उच्च वर्ग, भारत सरकार के अभियान में मुफ्त वैक्सीन ही लगाई जाएगी।
The new policy of India's vaccination strategy brought about a revolutionary change in the nation's fight against coronavirus. Citizens aged 18 years and above are being vaccinated free of cost from June 21st. Under the new policy, the centre provided free vaccine doses to the states and UTs by purchasing them. Under the new policy, the central government procures vaccine doses and gives them to states for free inoculation of all citizens above the age of 18. As per the guidelines, vaccine doses provided free of cost by the centre will be allocated to states' UTs based on criteria such as population, disease burden and the progress of vaccination. The centre is providing 75% of vaccines to states for free distribution, while private hospitals continue to buy the remaining 25% and inoculate those willing to pay for their jabs. To avoid irrational behavior by private hospitals, they are now allowed to charge more than 150 rupees as service charge per dose over the fixed price of the vaccine.
भारत ने कोविन प्लेटफॉर्म का निर्माण करके पूरी दुनिया को राह दिखाई है कि इतने बड़े पैमाने पर वैक्सीनेशन किया कैसे जाता है। पहाड़ हो या रेगिस्तान, जंगल हो या समंदर, 10 लोग हो या 10 लाख, हर क्षेत्र तक आज हम पूरी सुरक्षा के साथ वैक्सीन पहुंचा रहे हैं।
In the last week of August and first week of September, the average per day vaccination was 78 lakh. Significantly during the period, on 3 days, the tally crossed 1 crore doses. Scale of India's unprecedented pace of COVID-19 vaccination can be adjudged from the fact that while India took 85 days to touch the 10 crore vaccination mark, 45 more days to cross the 20 crore mark, and 29 more days to reach 30 crore, 24 days to reach 40 crore from 30 crore doses, and then 20 more days to cross the 50 crore vaccination mark. Further, it took 19 more days to go past the 60 crore mark and took only 13 days to reach 70 crore from 60 crore. Scientists of our country have played a significant role in speeding up the vaccination drive. Our scientists within a year developed Made in India vaccine and made it available to the countrymen. India did not have to rely on other countries to vaccinate its citizens. 8 vaccines are being developed in India, which includes first indigenous COVID vaccine Covaxin, which has been developed by Bharat Biotech in association with ICMR. World's first COVID-19 DNA vaccine has also been developed by Indian scientists. The information regarding COVID vaccine stock and real-time data is being provided on a digital platform named CoWIN app, which has proved to be highly beneficial. Tracking of vaccine doses, availability of time slot and day can be done through CoWIN app. Government has set up a task force and control rooms from district to block level so that vaccine doses can be easily delivered to even the remotest areas of the country. Storage facility has also been exponentially enhanced to maintain cold chain for the vaccine doses. The present cold chain system consists of 85,634 equipments for storage of vaccine at about 28,947 cold chain points across the country. Detailed training has been provided to different categories of vaccine handlers and administrators, including medical officers, ASHA coordinators, ANMs and all others involved in the implementation process at different levels.
तो टीका का मैन्युफैक्चरिंग करना, वैक्सीन मैन्युफैक्चरिंग करने के बाद वो लगाने के लिए बहुत बड़ी लॉजिस्टिक चैनल होती है। वहां टीका बनता है, टीका बनने के बाद कोल्ड चेन को मेंटेन करना, वहां से उसको लेके एयरपोर्ट तक लाना, एयरपोर्ट से उसको एक डिस्ट्रिक्ट का एक स्टेट तक पहुंचाना, स्टेट से फिर से कोल्ड चेन, फिर से उसको रखने की व्यवस्था और लास्ट माइल कनेक्टिविटी सुनिश्चित करने तक उसका टेम्परेचर मेंटेन करके वहां पहुंचाना बहुत बड़ी चैलेंज होती है।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi is closely monitoring vaccination drive since the very beginning. He holds regular review meetings on it too. The vaccination drive will surely gain strength in the coming days. As new vaccines develop, vaccine production will increase, thereby boosting the overall vaccination drive. The best part is that people trust vaccine completely, as vaccination is the only way out of this pandemic. Bureau Report, DD India.
So that's how this vaccination drive has reached this massive landmark of 100 crore doses administered in the country, and contributing it to a large extent. The second highest doses in fact being administered in any state is the state of Maharashtra. And Yogesh Sheetal, my colleague, joining us from Pune now. Let's take you across to Yogesh Sheetal and find out from him about how Maharashtra is celebrating this occasion, and to get us an update on how is Maharashtra taking the drive where it is administered the second highest number of vaccine doses in the country among all the states. How is it taking it forward, Yogesh?
Good afternoon, Gautam. You have rightly said that a series of events in fact have been organized in Maharashtra, different pockets of Maharashtra, in Pune, also in Mumbai, in Aurangabad also, in Osmanabad also, and also in Nagpur. So basically the historic monuments were illuminated last night to mark that special achievement. We know that each one is a participant of this grand success of 100 crore marks of vaccination. I'm at a very special place. You can see behind me the Serum Institute of India. The first batch of vaccines were released from this particular place, and we know that currently around 88% vaccines are COVID-19 as of now, and also around 6 to 7 crore vaccine were also exported. Also, Narendra Modi, Prime Minister of India, he personally visited this particular place, and apart from that, Serum Institute of India, Prime Minister also visited India Biotech, and also other other places. So basically it shows that how basically public participation, which is the core of the entire success, if we say precisely about what are the contributors, the major contribution of the people of people of the country in different pockets of this country also. Talking precisely about Maharashtra, we know that Dharavi in
Yes.
Mumbai created a lot of sensation when number of cases started emerging from that congested area. We know that majority of people were there using public toilets, and also that were creating a lot of concern for the authorities, because earlier they were not knowing what are the reasons behind the virus, and we were even ignorant about the many factors, many aspects of this virus. And the team from Delhi rushed to Dharavi, and they directed to the officials, the regional officials, how to handle these things. They ensured that people don't get panic. They get proper advices, proper circulars. As of now, around 150 circulars have been issued by the central government to different states, also primarily in Maharashtra. Maharashtra has been the worst affected state in terms of COVID-19 impact. So currently, today, definitely this is a very important day in Maharashtra, and particularly for the city like Pune, like Mumbai, which is basically the electric wheels, talking about the nature of the economic activity. The entire activities were brought to the standstill, and also not only in Mumbai, which is known as the financial capital of country, many activities were completely came to a halt. Industries were stopped, a lot of activities they were restricted, some activities were allowed partially. So now when India has achieved this landmark, definitely people are very excited. Also different hospitals, like a couple of minutes back I was having some pics in Rajawadi Hospital in Ghatkopar. Apart from that, also BKC Jumbo Center, COVID vaccine Jumbo Center in Banda Kurla complex, the doctors are celebrating there. They are exchanging their greetings to each other, how scientists, how doctors, and how each individuals have contributed to this fight, and finally this day has come. So definitely each one of us are celebrating today. And also we had word with some like-minded people. They have also expressed their gratitude to the government, to the authority, to the doctors, the way the entire battles were handled, especially in the after the wake of second wave of COVID-19, because second wave was creating a lot of hurdles, a lot of threat to in the mind of people. People are getting scared, but more or less the moral were maintained because of the awareness program, because of the touch that government has extended to the people. So
Yes.
right now there's a sense of celebration in Maharashtra in different pockets of the state also.
Yes, certainly.
Yeah,
And the location that you are, Serum Institute of India, has been among the biggest contributors to the way this drive has been taken forward, so that it has reached this landmark of 100 crore vaccine doses. And it is making the goal of vaccinating every eligible individual in the country with both of these doses possible by the end of the year as well. So tell us about how production has been ramped up by SII.
See, Health Minister has also reviewed the entire process, and that's the reason it has ramped up. And as far as talking precisely about different pockets of Maharashtra, like in Pune, so Pune, there is a vaccine on wheel campaign has been launched, also door-to-door campaign has been launched. So like Pune, also other pockets of Maharashtra, like in Mumbai, like in Vidarbha, like in Marathwada. So the reason why the authorities have been given suggestions that they can take initiative depending on the situations they are going through. So in urban city, the initiatives are different. For rural and semi-urban areas, the steps are different. Also, we know that a number of PRs have been heard by the Bombay High Court, and also Bombay High Court has time to time has issued some guidelines, some circulars, some orders, some directions. So this is overall process when the authorities, not only from court but also the district authorities, that have been empowered to take a call on issuing guidelines, on issuing circulars. So this is particularly in different district wise cities, the situations are different. If they are, time to time, they have been issuing certain guidelines. They have been, launching campaigns. Couple of minutes back, we are witnessing here some autos were loudspeakers were installed on the autos, and they are announcing that why should people should come forward and contribute to the vaccination drive. So also in Mumbai local talking, because I'm in Maharashtra, so in Mumbai local also the campaigns were launched. Back-to-back announcements were made in different locals, or all 3 lines Mumbai locals. So basically the government has tried to ensure that a proper campaigns have been launched, and each and every individuals are touched, because we know that vaccine hesitancy was one of the major concerns that government was fighting, and now I think more or less we have almost handled the situation, and now the road ahead are a bit, you can see, they're not as tough as it was earlier.
Yes, certainly. And this landmark has been achieved by Maharashtra and cities like Mumbai and Pune and others through a lot of effort and a lot of challenges that, of course, the disease itself posed to the people there in the state. Thanks a lot for joining us to talk about it at this moment. Let's now bring in our guest, Dr. Suneela Garg, member, Lancet Commission, COVID India Task Force and Director, Department of Community Medicine, Maulana Azad Medical College, is now joining us. And good afternoon to you, Dr. Garg, and congratulations as well. You have, of course, been a contributor to this drive as well that has now reached this tremendous landmark. And I'm sure we're going to be pressing ahead with that goal to vaccinate all eligible people in the country fully by the end of the year as well. And we will stay perhaps on course to even achieve it even before this year 2021 ends, won't we?
Yeah, thank you so much for having me on the show. And indeed, it has been a great historic moment for the country. 21st October, I'm sure, basically is the D-Day, when India, not only India, but I'll say across the world, the congratulation notes are coming to the country. And I'll say that, it has not been a cakewalk for the country. We started on 16th January officially with the launch of the vaccination, but the preparation for the vaccination started much before. I'll say somewhere around, April, May, we started with the preparation for the vaccine. So because we knew that vaccine is going to be the important weapon against fighting the disease.
Yes.
And now today when we are talking about on 21st of October, we know that, it has been a major landmark, but also I'll say that, that still there is a big challenge ahead of us. We have to still look at about 90 crore individuals,
Yes.
where, we have to, keep our momentum very strong, and we have to vaccinate almost, all the adult population, I'll say.
Definitely, and we will stay on course on that because of the fact that it's just a matter of, getting and giving access to these people, making them aware that they need to get this done, because vaccine hesitancy, as was the fear initially that it might come in the way of this vaccination drive, hasn't really, impeded it that much, hasn't it?
Yeah, sure. Definitely, because we were to achieve the 100 crore mark by first week of October, and now we are not that very late. So almost about, we can say about 15 to 16 days, that's okay. Because you see, and we are in the midst of festive times also. So that also, kind of hampers. But also, I'll say that, vaccine hesitancy, though it has gone, but we still have to, kind of see that, as we go ahead, because we still have to vaccinate elderlies, we still have to vaccinate, people who are there in the marginalized populations and all that. So we have to keep the momentum strong. And also, if you will notice that there is a gender gap of about 3.5 crores. So many states have adopted, innovative strategies in terms of pink booths and all that. So we need to focus on that part as well, so that we can cover everybody with regard to this vaccination. And especially when we talk to the women, we also have to address the pregnant women and lactating mothers as well. So it's a task ahead. So I'll say that we have to move forward with the same pace, so that, and another thing is that along with that, the availability of the vaccine also, we have to keep that in mind, and I'm sure the vaccine has picked up the pace. So, when we do that, we have to make very smart and strategic move with regard to children as well. So
Correct.
the journey is not yet over, but definitely it's a day to celebrate today, definitely.
Yes, and we've been talking about how there are states that have really done wonders in terms of vaccine administration. The highest numbers in Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra,
Yes.
West Bengal,
Yes,
Gujarat
yes.
as well, and
Five
there are others
states,
in the
yeah.
list as well. But there are states that are lagging behind as well. I
Yes.
guess a lot of focus needs to be given and put there too.
Definitely, if we will look at some of the states, like I will say, particularly when you look at the states like Andhra Pradesh, or you look at Jharkhand or Meghalaya, Nagaland, Orissa, or so basically we need to look at in terms of, though in terms of numbers, Uttar Pradesh has given, largest number of vaccines, but total vaccination coverage is not to that extent, so we have to expedite it even more, so that because we have to see that, from about 60% plus, it reaches, to larger proportion of, because Uttar Pradesh is a large state.
Yes.
So we have to see from that perspective also that how we can cover, the maximum number of individuals, and it's a very diverse state as well. So that way we have to see not only in terms of the numbers, but we have to see the percentage of population which has been covered. And we also have to reduce, basically the gap between the first and second dose, because we'll see that almost there is a difference of about 41 crores. If we see that, first dose, people who have been administered first dose and second dose. So we have to reduce that gap. That means we have to first of all address those individuals who have received first dose and have been due for second dose. So they have to come forward and receive their vaccination, number one. Number two, we also have to see that, how over a period of time, now is the time to, actually address, from the perspective of, giving vaccine to more number of individuals. So we have
Yes.
to see that, we reduce the gap from 12 weeks to down below. So that will be another strategy, because now with the availability of, though vaccine availability was not the criteria for postponing the duration between the first and second dose, but we realized that, that will to some extent help us in, immunizing maximum number of people with first dose. So today,
Okay.
when we talk of the, number of people who have been given first dose is approximately about 71% out of the people who are eligible. And the people who have been given the second dose are approximately 30% plus. But we have to see that, once we are, covering those people who have already received the first dose with the second dose, because you see, this is the crucial time when people are little lax and they, kind of take it easy. COVID appropriate behavior is also compromised. So we have to focus on these issues as well.
Yes.
And this is also a festive time at this point of time. And also you have been showing, time and again and warning people also about how to maintain the COVID appropriate behavior. So this is the right time actually when we have to, kind of be very, very, vigilant
Oh,
about
yes.
that, so that, when we have achieved 100 crores, so we should be, aiming at
Yes,
100.
we will all have to
and-
double down on, telling everyone that they still need to take precautions. But in terms of, further giving pace to this vaccination drive, the other factors were that some of the foreign vaccines will also be coming into our markets. There have been approvals, but when would we actually see them being administered in the country as well, apart from the two vaccines, Covaxin, which is completely indigenous, and even Covishield, which has been made here under technology transfer so beautifully in such large, massive numbers by the Serum Institute of India.
Definitely, that is another important thing, because you see, so far this is so commendable that we have got this 100 crore because of the, it's only a small fraction which has been, people who have been vaccinated by Sputnik vaccine, but otherwise it is only our indigenous production, basically, which has kind of helped us in achieving this 100 crore mark. And soon we will be getting, many other vaccines also, and plus vaccines for the children from, we have got from Bharat Biotech as well as Zycovi D. But also I'll say that we have to be very smart and strategic, not every child, to begin with will require the vaccine. We have to focus on children who are 12 to 18 years of age and also who are suffering from comorbidities. They should be our priority, number one. And also we have to see that down below also, if there's a child who requires, that should be, that particular child should be given the vaccine. So we have to be very smart and strategic in our, so that we can cover largest number of, individuals who require the vaccine.
Yes, and more vaccines will definitely be required because apart from the fact that we need to get all eligible recipients vaccinated by both the doses, there will be children which will be added. India has international commitments as well. The world is looking to India to get vaccines, and then there's a question of which we haven't really gone into yet, but other countries have started giving booster doses as well.
Yeah. So, somewhere this is also another important part to be considered, that we first of all have to see today that we are fighting with Delta variant, which is, one of the important causes or the main causes of infection across the world.
Yes.
So, if we do not vaccinate, first of all, individuals who require the second dose, that has got to be our priority number one. Number two is to vaccinate the remaining number of individuals with 2 doses. That will be another thing, and that is another factor along with the COVID appropriate behavior is going to prevent, the virus from mutating, and that is important part, because once we prevent the virus from entering by following the COVID appropriate behavior and also vaccinating individuals, and it is also, we are lucky in a way, I can say that, that we are at this point of time we have got good seropositivity also, which was evident in June, that was there, and we by now it will be much more also our seropositivity by natural infection. So natural infection along with the vaccination is going to play a very, very important role. So at this point of time, this is first our priority has got to be to vaccinate all people with 2 doses. And if the need be, then subsequently, our priority will be to vaccinate our healthcare workers with the booster dose. In the similar fashion, will start according to the order of priority. But first is that everybody as of now should be given 2 doses of vaccine. And, like in first wave, we never had any vaccine. We protected ourselves by, COVID appropriate behavior, and mask is a very important social vaccine. So
Yes.
that message should go, to everyone, and which has already been going also, but we need to come, time and again re-stress upon this message. So this
Certainly.
is going to be one of the critical,
Certainly, masking up, washing hands or sanitizing hands, and keeping your distance from other people, at least 2 meters, remain constants in our lives, and they should for the longest possible time. Just stay with us, Dr. Garg, because I want to take our viewers through what this drive has really meant for the entire world as well. With the war against COVID-19 opened a battlefront across the globe. Providing much needed assistance during the trying times, India initiated Vaccine Maitri, a diplomatic mission to supply vaccines to the needy countries. More than 95 countries were the beneficiaries of Made in India vaccines. Vaccine diplomacy offered India the opportunity to not only strengthen its relations with these countries worldwide, but also to win goodwill of people world over.
The Boris Johnson government has thanked Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Indian government for approving the export of paracetamol to ease shortage and supply gaps of the drug in the United Kingdom. Expressing gratitude, Acting British High Commissioner Jan Thompson said that the global support is significant in the fight against coronavirus. She added that the UK and India have a track record of fighting together against global challenges. Israel has thanked Prime Minister Narendra Modi for delivering chloroquine to them. The then Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, had said that all the citizens of Israel thank you. The entire world, including India, was struggling with COVID pandemic. While saving its population of more than 1 billion, India demonstrated its ancient philosophy of Sarvajan Hitai, Sarvajan Sukhai and Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam in the true sense, even in this hour of crisis. Whether it was about evacuating people of various nationalities from the place of origin of coronavirus, that is Wuhan, China, or sending chloroquine to the countries that needed it in their fight against COVID, or providing vaccine doses to other countries through Vaccine Maitri, while ensuring vaccination of own citizens, India has extended assistance to all the needy countries against this common enemy of mankind, with just one aim, that is to ensure that even the weakest countries can face this crisis faced by humanity with full force.
That they really want to praise the Vaccine Maitri initiative, except they are going about it in a very roundabout way. So it is done in good spirit. So I take it once again as a very generous compliment of the government's efforts from the other side. I also take it, sir, as a great affirmation of the Make in India program, which this government has pursued so strongly and with such great focus. I think all of us know the enormous efforts that the government has made in actually getting vaccine prices. We have by far the lowest vaccine prices in the world.
Maldives has expressed deep gratitude to Prime Minister Narendra Modi, External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar, and the Indian government for evacuating its 7 citizens from Wuhan in China. Maldivian President Ibrahim Mohammed Solih had said that this demonstrates special friendship that exists between the two countries and its people. Oman has thanked India for the supply of COVID-19 vaccine to them. Fiji extended gratitude to India for providing 1 lakh doses of COVID vaccines. Fiji Prime Minister Frank Bainimarama said to my friend Prime Minister Modi and the Indian High Commission in Fiji, "Dhanyavad for your commitment to humanity." India not only provided COVID vaccines to countries like Britain, America, Saudi and Canada, but also helped poor nations who were neglected during the times of crisis. Through the Vaccine Maitri initiative, which started on 20th of January this year, India exported over 6 crore 63 lakh COVID vaccines to more than 95 nations till May 29th. Around 70% of the total grant of COVID vaccines by India went to neighbouring countries including Bangladesh, Myanmar, Nepal, Bhutan, Sri Lanka and Maldives. India has provided vaccines to some African countries too. India has pledged a contribution of $10 million towards the SARC COVID-19 emergency fund. Following the announcement, India has also delivered medical supplies, test kits and sanitizers to Sri Lanka, Maldives, Afghanistan, Nepal and Bangladesh. Along with equipments, rapid response team has also been sent to Nepal. Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro tweeted a picture of Lord Hanuman carrying a mountain of coronavirus vaccine to Brazil while thanking Prime Minister Narendra Modi for helping his country with the vaccines. Famous cricketer Chris Gayle also thanked India for sending COVID-19 vaccines to Jamaica.
Honorable Prime Minister Mr. Modi, people of India, the government of India, I want to thank you all for your donation of vaccine to Jamaica. We appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Under the Vaccine Maitri initiative, Prime Minister Narendra Modi began a chapter of vaccine diplomacy under India's foreign policy during these testing times. Through this, not only struggling countries got benefited from the assistance, but India also got an excellent opportunity to promote its foreign policy and diplomatic relations with the world. Bureau Report, DD India.
And in fact, let's now take you across to Ladakh, where Ramesh Chandra, my colleague, is joining us from Leh, and this is a landmark achievement that India has scored up. 100 crore vaccination shots being given to all eligible individuals, and Ladakh has also been a huge contributor in that drive, hasn't it, Ramesh?
Yeah, definitely Ladakh is leading the country in vaccination program. As I'm talking to you,
yes, first dose vaccine has been given to 100% extent, hasn't it?
Vaccination program. Yeah, absolutely. See, in 18 to 44 age group, it is almost 67% we have achieved the second dose, whereas in 45 to 59 age group, it is about 90% coverage in Ladakh was completed. And first dose, yes, definitely, we have completed 100% vaccination in Leh, and Kargil districts. This is a remarkable achievement for as far as the Ladakh administration is concerned, because the distances here in Ladakh are very far, and when we started the vaccination program, we were still cut off from many places due to snowfall and all. So this is a challenge for the administration to reach to the villages and remote places. And if you recently we have run a story, if you remember, in DBO, where almost near to Aksai Chin, we have completed vaccination program of people who have come on migration here to national building programs like BRO program and army programs, and they were also given 2 doses of vaccination in Ladakh region, irrespective of their hailing from Bihar or UP or from other places like Jharkhand. These people migrate here during the season, and they get first dose and second dose vaccination also here.
Yes, sounds great, and benefits are also being accrued because of the kind of vaccination drive that has been tourism. Now, of course, winter is fast approaching, but how has the season gone this time around, Ramesh?
Yeah, but definitely, if you remember, this season was very good after 2 years of lockdown for Ladakh region, and almost 3.5 lakh tourists have come this season. Despite that influx of tourists here, and district administrations in Leh and Kargil have taken extra cautions, and they have allowed only people who got vaccinated here, and those who have come with the RT-PCR test. This is how the administration has given protection to the locals and whoever is into tourism industry, and same time allowed the tourists, inbound tourists, to Ladakh region. This is how the protection was given and kept Ladakh region safe from corona infection. And I have to tell you one thing, yesterday Kargil has achieved 100% curation of corona infectees, and now 0 cases are reported for the last 2 days in Kargil. This is another good achievement for the district administration. And Leh, it is only 34 cases which are coming inside. So this also will be coming gradually to 0.
Yes. And the goal of 100% vaccination of all eligible beneficiaries, both the shots, that has to be kept in mind. And how is the focus being kept on that, considering that now already upper reaches in Ladakh have started receiving snowfall, and pretty soon it will be very difficult to move around. So are provisions being made to ensure that the vaccination drive does not suffer, the vagaries of the winters?
Yeah, absolutely. A nice part in this snowfall just began a couple of days back is the locals are almost covered. The local population of Ladakh and Leh and Kargil are almost covered, and the remaining 10% of 2 groups, 18 and 44 group and 45 plus groups, they will be covered without any issue as far as the district administrations are concerned, because this is anticipated long back, and arrangements are being made, and within the villages, within the blocks, the arrangements are being made to move people wherever vaccination drive is on. So this is anticipated, and district administration is fully geared up to the challenge, natural challenge.
Great, sounds great. Thank you so much for joining us, Ramesh Chandra, with that update. Now, Union Health Minister Mansukh Lal Mandaviya launched a song by Kailash Kher, an audiovisual film, to celebrate India's milestone of achieving the 100 crore vaccination mark. Speaking on the occasion, Mansukh Lal Mandaviya compared the achievement with the upcoming festival of Deepavali. He also appealed to all those who are eligible to get inoculated without delay and contribute to the historic vaccination journey of the country.
हम देशवासियों
देशवासियों ने, हमारे वैज्ञानिकों ने, हमारे उद्यमियों की ताकत का ही एक परिणाम है कि भारत को वैक्सीन के लिए किसी और देश पर हमें निर्भर नहीं होना।
ना हम रुके कहीं, ना हम डिगे कहीं, ना हम रुके कहीं, ना हम डिगे कहीं, शत्रु हो कोई भी हम झुके नहीं। दुश्मन के शस्त्र जो हो हजार, शत्रु की कवच से हम तैयार। मेरे भारत का ये विश्वास है, सबका साथ सबका प्रयास है। भारत का टीकाकरण दिख रहा एक नया इतिहास है। शत्रुओं की गर्व एहसास है, ये एक नया इतिहास है, इतिहास है। जो दे रहे 100 करोड़ को जीवन, उन हाथों को शत शत नमन। इस युद्ध में जो लड़ रहा वो हर सिपाही हाथ है। शहीदों की गर्व एहसास है, ये एक नया इतिहास है, इतिहास है। रणभूमि के सारथी पर मेरे देश को विश्वास है। सबका साथ सबका प्रयास है। भारत का टीकाकरण दिख रहा एक नया इतिहास है। शहीदों की गर्व एहसास है, ये एक नया इतिहास है, इतिहास है।
वैक्सीनेशन के साथ आज भारत लिख रहा एक नया इतिहास है। ये हमारा शतकोटि गर्व का एहसास है।
यह समर्थ नेतृत्व की निशानी है। यह 100 करोड़ टीका लगना ये हमारे लिए मोदी जी के संकल्प की कहानी है। 100 करोड़ टीकाकरण ये देशवासियों का विश्वास की अनुभूति है। 100 करोड़ टीकाकरण ये आत्मनिर्भर भारत की दीवानी है।
And on the occasion, a 225-foot-long monumental national flag made by the Khadi and Village Industries Commission, which was unveiled earlier in Leh, was also displayed at the Red Fort to celebrate 100 crore COVID-19 vaccinations. The tricolour, which weighs around 1400 kgs, is 225 feet long and 150 feet wide and was conceptualized to celebrate Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. It was displayed at Leh in the Union Territory of Ladakh on the 2nd of October. As many as 180 army jawans stuck the flag to a hilltop 13,000 feet above sea level. And Dr. Sunila Garg is still with us, member Lancet Advisory Board and Lancet Commission and the COVID India Task Force and Director, Department of Community Medicine, MAMC. Thank you for staying with us, Dr. Garg. Just the achievement, the way it's being celebrated tells us the significance of it, and it is of tremendous value to the globe as well. It would give tremendous confidence to everyone involved in this drive to save the people from this pandemic, the way India has carried out this vaccination drive and got to this landmark of 100 crore vaccine doses administered.
You already showed that, under Vaccine Maitri, how, India believes in equality. One fundamental principle is that we have to remember that virus will go out of the, our lives once it is out of globe. That is important part of it.
Correct.
And that we have to see to it that, virus reaches such a level that it becomes, kind of no longer a public health problem. So that is where it is important that under COVAX initiative also, India takes a lead, and India is already a leader in terms of supplying the vaccines with regard to children's vaccines. So that is one of the important initiatives, and that has provided us important leads in terms of digitalization of the whole program. Through COVID app, where, different countries, approximately, I'll say 50 countries across the globe are very much interested in looking at, how India has digitalized the whole program and which can be upscaled to different parts of the world. So that is another important component which we have to see. The third part which I like to see over here, besides, equity, equality, and, we have to see about the digitalization, we have to see that, still, we have to kind of have a dialogue across the globe, because now we are talking of one world, one health. So, not only with regard to the vaccine part, but with regard to, because it's a big day, so we are talking about the vaccine, but system strengthening across the globe is also very, very important. So that will play a major role in controlling this pandemic as well, along with the vaccination, which is the backbone of control of the disease. So that is another important part of it. But we have to continue seeing that, since India is so diverse, you already showed this thing about Leh, and the district administrations are already preparing themselves to how to get, COVID-19 vaccination during the difficult times. And we have to remember that, and we have to congratulate them that they are already carrying out universal immunization program also during these difficult times, because, vaccines for the children are carried out throughout the year. So we have to make sure that, but since here, we have to vaccinate large number of people, and particularly adults when we are talking of, and subsequently we'll be looking at the children also, as I told you, with the smart and strategic type of strategy. So once, we look at, the different parts of the country, the strategy for vaccinating will have to be adopted according to the state and according to the place. When we talk of the rural areas, peri-urban areas, tribal areas, and definitely we have got a big support from Panchayati Raj institutions, and also, we have got, help from the major stakeholders in the tribal areas as well. So along with, we'll say that we have got almost 74% of our vaccination points in the rural areas and rest in the urban areas. So that is where, it is very, very important to see, because we have already got 29,000 cold chain points, across which we have created 3 lakh, vaccination points. So that is where, across the country, we are aiming at, that we should be able to vaccinate people. But the important part is that people now should come forward and get themselves vaccinated. That is the important message which has to go from this platform. Those who have not got vaccinated, they should come forward. And second part is that each one, if they bring, I'll say minimum 5 individuals also, and the persons who have received the vaccine should share their positive experiences with others. So that will make a lot of difference to our remaining part of our vaccination drive. And at this point of time, I would like to also say that, since India is one of the only remaining 8 countries in the world where the schools did not open for a long time, and then I, as part of, Indian President of Indian Association of Preventive and Social Medicine, we had issued an advisory and we had shared it with the Government of India that there is no kind of, trade-off between the vaccination and the opening of schools. The schools have got to open, and the children whosoever require the vaccine, they should be given the vaccine. That is important. But most important part is that COVID appropriate behavior needs to be followed, and another part is that the teachers and the elder people, they should, within the school settings, they should, get the vaccination. one fundamental principle what we have to remember is that if adults are protected, the children are protected.
Correct.
And particularly when I talk of children between, under 10 years of age, if we look at wave 1 and wave 2, we had got approximately, 3% of the children who were infected during both the times. So, and the infection in children was much more milder in nature because, children have got the ACE receptors, which are there, to which the virus attaches, they're much lesser in children. So, when we talk of physiologically also, or from the biological susceptibility perspective, the children are much less prone, and if they are prone, the infection is much more milder in children and they recover very fast. So that is another important thing to remember. So people should not worry about that the children should get immediate vaccination and all. So that another important message has to go from this platform. So we have to see that how we can first immunize our adults and follow the children who will require the vaccine.
Certainly. Well, we seem to be having a problem with Dr. Garg's link, but we'll try and reconnect with her. In the meantime, let's take you across to Shillong. My colleague Nilanjana Das is joining us from there. Nilanjana, tell us about how Shillong is celebrating this massive occasion of 100 crore vaccination doses. And how has the campaign been so far in your part of the Northeast?
Good afternoon. Actually, initially there was a lot of vaccine hesitancy which the state faced. But there were initiatives from the government's end and it has picked up pace. Now, the region has a lot of orphan areas out there. ASHA workers, they contributed a lot towards it. They have convinced the people in the village areas to get vaccinated. And like in spite of the bad weather, and the region has a fertile ecosystem also, but with all of this, they have convinced the people to come forward and get vaccinated. The government has taken initiative as if that any district or village which gets 100% vaccination will be rewarded, and there was a lot of cash awards also for that, and a lot of series of programs were also conducted in which they try to convince the people, because it's a very traditional society and there was a lot of hesitancy initially, but then they have overcome it and they've taken the vaccines to a large extent.
Great.
Now we have a beneficiary with us and we'll share our experience of vaccination.
My experience was really good. It was hassle-free. Thanks to the health workers, everything was very systematic and smooth. And we did not have any problem with the certificates also. It was issued very early. So everything was really systematic.
India has achieved 100 crore vaccination. Now, what do you feel about it?
I'm extremely happy, and it is a proud moment for every Indian, because 9 months and 100 crore vaccinations is not very easy. And I think it has been possible due to Prime Minister Modi ji and the government, right from spreading awareness among the people. It has done a really great job. And Prime Minister Modi in his speeches has also encouraged us to take the vaccinations. So it has been really nice, and I hope we will get out of this pandemic situation very soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Has been contributing to this landmark that has been achieved, and we will press on further with it because we have to vaccinate everyone with both the doses by the end of the year as well. Thanks for joining us for the moment from Shillong. Now, the diversity of India necessitates community engagement at the local level through mediums that invoke trust to counter misinformation about COVID-19 and related vaccination drive. From braving the steep climbs of the Himalayas to wading through severe floods to reaching remotest areas, including with tribal population. The healthcare workers and frontline workers have been adopting unique models at local levels and integrating them with the established government and civil society networks across the country, and this has been further boosting India's vaccination drive.
India's diversity brings along several challenges with it, and the challenge becomes even bigger when it's related to the fight against a global pandemic such as COVID-19, during which all eligible people across the country have to be rapidly vaccinated. India's commitment and determination was clearly visible when the world's highest motorable village of Komik in the remote Spiti Valley of Himachal's tribal Lahol and Spiti district achieved 100% vaccination against COVID-19 for residents above the age of 45 years.
वैक्सीनेशन जब यहाँ शुरू हुआ था तो सबसे पहले कैटेगरी में हेल्थ केयर वर्कर्स को किया था हमने कवर, उसके बाद फ्रंटलाइन वर्कर्स को कवर किया था। बाद में जब हमने जनरल पॉपुलेशन को शुरू किया तो हमें कुछ दिक्कतें आई थी उसमें, जैसे हमारे यहाँ पे 13 पंचायतें हैं, उसमें से लगभग 10 कुछ ऐसे पंचायत है जहाँ पे नेटवर्क बिल्कुल नहीं है। तो वहाँ पे हमने एडीएम साहब के संज्ञान में ये बात लाई और डीसी साहब के संज्ञान में ये बात लाई, तो उन्होंने हमें परमिशन दिया था कि आप जहाँ पे नेटवर्क नहीं है वहाँ पे जाके आप ऑफलाइन वैक्सीनेशन करेंगे और फिर काजा में जहाँ नेटवर्क है वहाँ आके आप उसको डेटा को शाम को चढ़ा सकते हैं।
Corona warriors have decided not to bow before the pandemic. These visuals from Arunachal Pradesh stand proof of it. Reaching the unreached, bringing COVID vaccines to remote communities. With this promise, a team of officers and doctors undertook a 9-hour arduous journey crossing mountain peaks and rivers. They administered COVID vaccine shots to 16 yak grazers in a remote village on the Himalayan heights in Arunachal Pradesh's Tawang district. The healthcare workers are leaving no stone unturned to ensure vaccination for all. From climbing treacherous mountains to wading through severe floods, dedicated boats in Muzaffarpur in Bihar ensured COVID vaccination even in the flooded areas of the district.
लोग बाद में 15-20 वर्ष से फंसे हुए से सोचे हैं कि कोरोना का टीका लेने के लिए, लेकिन बाद में जहाँ नहीं पहुँच पा रहे थे। उसके बाद आज नाव पर अचानक कोविड का वैक्सीन पड़ने का मालूम हुआ तो हम लोग वैक्सीन लेने के लिए यहाँ पहुँचे। अच्छा लग रहा है हम लोगों के बाढ़ के क्षेत्र में कि नाव से हम लोगों के गाँव तक सुविधा उपलब्ध हो रहा।
A large number of people left out of the vaccination drive due to inaccessibility and difficulties in reaching out to them. But the population living on remote islands in the middle of the sea in West Bengal's Sundarbans was facing a double challenge of cyclone Amphan and Yas and the COVID-19 pandemic. Irrespective of the high and low waves rising in the sea, health workers reached these islands and vaccinated 100% of the population there. Moving to Jharkhand, where through awareness campaigns in local dialects, busting myths around COVID-19 vaccination, widespread hesitancy against immunization was overcome among members of particularly vulnerable tribe groups. These tribal people became an inspiration for others as well.
आप ले लिए हैं टीका?
हम लिए हैं, हम बोल रहे हैं कि देखो हम ले लिए, हमको कुछ नहीं हुआ, तुम लोग भी ले लेना।
With the secret resolve to vaccinate all citizens of the country, healthcare workers continue to brave all odds, proving to be our heroes in the fight against the global pandemic. Bureau Report, DD India.
Well, that's the meat of how this drive has been carried out in face of all the challenges that could possibly be imagined. And Dr. Sunila Garg is still with us to talk about it. Dr. Garg, just tell us in terms of how this drive is being carried out, the way that we had to ensure that the cold chain was maintained and the supply chain was also maintained, and it was made available in the remotest corners of the country through all kinds of efforts. That is another key touchstone really of how this drive is being carried out, isn't it?
This is a very, very important question and very important thing which needs to be brought to attention of everyone, because when we prepared this digital platform, it also took into consideration that, you know, our cold chain is maintained along with the supply chain. That is important part, because you see, once the cold chain is maintained, and which we can monitor, you know, from the distance also, you know, through the help of this app, that
Yes.
how is the temperature. So that is one of the important things. And as I told you that our 29,000 plus cold chain points are very, very handy in this regard, and our workers are already, who are involved in the universal immunization program, they're already trained and they know how to maintain the cold chain. So this plays a very, very important critical role in terms of, you know, maintaining the potency of the vaccine. So we make sure that whether we cross the mountains, whether we cross the rivers, or whether we cross the deserts, and across them, you know, we are maintaining the cold chain of the vaccine. That is one of the important parts, and the credit goes to all the healthcare workers who are carrying the vaccine carriers, and some of them have walked for about 8 hours and all that, and they make sure that particularly, you know, our vaccine carriers are having enough, you know, ice packs and all that, so that the cold chain is maintained. So another important thing which has been kept in mind is that simultaneously, when we are giving the vaccination, we have also reduced the vaccine wastage also. Earlier, which was, you know, there, now we have reduced much, you know, to a significant extent, the vaccine wastage as well. So as we are, you know, celebrating Azadi Ka Amrit, you know, Mahotsav, Amrit Mahotsav, so I'll say that at this point of time, it has been a very, very holistic approach, right? From availability of the vaccine to maintaining the supply chain, to training the manpower, and then, you know, bringing the beneficiaries. So overall, I'll say that, you know, basically it's a triumph of everyone. When we talk of, you know, all Indians, it's a triumph of, you know, our healthcare workers. First of all, it's a triumph of paramedical, you know, machinery. It's a triumph of, you know, the community who has come forward to take the vaccination. And I'll say that ultimately the credit goes to the scientists, that basically they also took into consideration the Indian settings, and the vaccine which has been maintained or has been manufactured is being, you know, stored at 2 to 8 degrees centigrade, which is, you know, basically easier to maintain for the Indian setting. So that is one thing which is very, very important. Unlike Pfizer and all that, which requires, you know, much more, you know, colder temperature. So it is important to see that, you know, we have the vaccine which is there for the Indian settings, and it can be stored in the refrigerator as well. So these are some of the important things, you know, which have been done, and they are, you know, I'll say that for a big country like India, you know, when we are talking of, you know, 139 crore individuals, it's a big task, you know. So maintaining the supply chain, reaching to everyone, and then we have to do in a desired period of time. So I'll say that it is a very big job which has been done, you know, tremendously, I'll say, being done with great caution, and tremendously it has been done with, you know, I'll say great satisfaction that, you know, and the health workers have put in their day in and day out in reaching the last mile. So I feel that if these efforts, they are carried on, and they will be carried on, because the way our motivation of healthcare workers is, I'm sure that we will be able to achieve our last mile very soon. That means we have got almost about, you know, 80 crore individuals to be vaccinated, so we'll be able to do that job also.
Definitely, Dr. Garg, and the way that has been taken forward is a testimony to how determined India is to ensure that everybody is safe, and again, what stress, the kind of stress that has been laid on, at the same time maintaining all protocols, keeping safe, that is another aspect that has been a persistent task, and there has been no laxity on that front as well, hasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Another thing, you know, so that is one thing which is the backbone of the vaccination program. Any vaccination program is successful when we have got availability of the vaccine and we have got a potent vaccine. So that is where, because, you know, over a period of time, when we go ahead for further, then we'll say that we will have the vaccine void monitors also on top of them, so that, you know, we can see the temperature, because this is important also in long run when we go ahead with that. But you see, another thing which I wanted to point out at this juncture is what has played a very, very important and critical role is leadership from upfront. You know, any program is successful when we have got a good leadership. And we have got a very, very successful leadership from the top at the national level, and down below, you know, at the states and the district level, you can see, you know, how the program is being implemented through effective leadership, you know, through the, you know, district health organizations. So I feel that, you know, that is where it makes a difference. Yes. Whether we talk of availability of the vaccine, whether we talk of the storage of the vaccine, whether we talk of the cold chain supplies and all that, it is not an easy task. We do have, you know, kind of a big program, which is in terms of, as I keep telling about the immunization program for children, which has been very, very kind of, you know, helpful in terms of planning this program. But nonetheless, you know, we are monitoring the situation day in and day out, you know, in terms of that whatever, you know, vaccinations we are giving, we are monitoring also the adverse events following immunization also. And that is one thing which makes a difference and gives confidence to the people that once they are vaccinated, they're not left like that.
Yes.
They're given the contact number of the person who has vaccinated them. If there's any problem, that person can be contacted. That is another important part of it.
Yes,
so
and adverse events have also been very few and far between, almost next to nothing, which has been again a huge contributor, I guess, in you know, having people come forward to take the vaccine as well.
Definitely, this is one of the because you see, unless you address, you know, the whole of the vaccination program in a holistic manner, that means right from, you know, creating awareness about the vaccine to motivating them to come forward to the point, and then we tell them that exactly this is the way, you know, this vaccination is going to be, and this is the first dose, and you have to come for the second dose after this much interval in cases of both, whether we have got Covishield or Covaxin, and very few, you know, cases of Sputnik vaccines have also been given. But our healthcare workers have been appropriately trained to impart the complete information, and also they have been trained with regard to vaccination also. That's a very big drive which India launched into, first of all, the capacity building of our healthcare workers with regard to this vaccine, which is an adult vaccine. That is because this is one of its drive for the first time, you know, which has been launched for a country like India, when we can say, because India is very big, very diverse and all that. So unless there is a very good capacity building on which we have paid a, you know, lot of focus, so that, you know, nothing remains unaddressed. And then again, you know, it is being modified according to the situations as well. So, you know, something like in between we had the issue of wastage, so the workers were trained according to that also. So again, you know, again and again.
Yes, everything went through these calibrated adjustments, be it, you know, production of vaccines, be it procurement of vaccines, be it their pricing as well. That was also tweaked, and the centre stepped in on every occasion to intervene to ensure that if there is any issue that comes up, that is addressed swiftly, so that vaccination, the pace of vaccination keeps being picked up. Even now we are pressing ahead, and the average rate of vaccination is close to about 4 million a day the past week, and that again will be further accelerated as well. We're completely confident about that. On that note, I thank you very much, Dr. Garg, for joining us today to talk about this massive achievement that India has done, and it has been achieved because of the contribution of people like you and everyone, in fact, in society. Without it, it wouldn't have been possible. So thank you from the bottom of all our hearts. Now, India has achieved another historic achievement in the fight against COVID-19. The number of COVID-19 vaccine doses administered in the country has, like we've been saying, crossed the 100 crore mark, which is why we've been talking about it for the last, ever since it happened. We crossed that landmark around 11:15. Prime Minister Modi's mantra of Sabka Saath, Sabka Prayas, the vaccination drive of the country, is continuously setting new standards as well. Digital means have once again come to the forefront in this drive too. Electronic Vaccine Intelligence Network, that is eWIN, and COVID Vaccine Intelligence Network, that's COVIN, have played a pivotal role in fighting the pandemic. Take a look.
देश की कोरोना से लड़ाई, टीम इंडिया इस लड़ाई में रोज नए रिकॉर्ड बना रही है। वैक्सीनेशन में देश ने कई ऐसे रिकॉर्ड बनाए हैं जिसकी चर्चा पूरी दुनिया में हो रही है। इस लड़ाई में हर भारतवासी की अहम भूमिका है। हमें अपनी बारी आने पर वैक्सीन तो लगवानी ही है, पर इस बात का भी ध्यान रखना है कि कोई इस सुरक्षा चक्र से छूट न जाए। अपने आसपास जिसे वैक्सीन नहीं लगी है उसे भी वैक्सीन सेंटर तक ले जाना है। वैक्सीन लगने के बाद भी जरूरी प्रोटोकॉल का पालन करना है। मुझे उम्मीद है इस लड़ाई में एक बार फिर टीम इंडिया अपना परचम लहराएगी।
India, under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, has fought the most successful battle against coronavirus in the world. And with achieving 100 crore vaccination mark, the country has taken the fight against the pandemic to an altogether next level. Indeed, it is a matter of pride, but the journey wasn't easy. It was the fight against an unknown enemy with very little time in hand. The world had no weapons other than prayers in this fight. Amidst all this, made in India vaccines came as a ray of hope for many. But before things started to ease a bit, other major challenges stood up front, including delivery of vaccines to all parts of the country, from Kashmir to Kanyakumari and Silchar to Saurashtra, to inoculate all citizens, and keeping a tab on the number of vaccinations. Actually, keeping a tab on the number of vaccine doses being administered was important to ensure that not even a single person is left out, because that would mean losing the fight against COVID-19. The digital medium, which was once used by Prime Minister Narendra Modi in the fight against the menace of corruption, proved to be one of the major weapons in the fight against the pandemic too. This through the Electronic Vaccine Intelligence Network, that's eVIN, and COVID Vaccine Intelligence Network, that's CoWIN.
भारत का वैक्सीन डिलीवरी प्लेटफॉर्म कोविन एक ही दिन में करोड़ों वैक्सीन डोज लगाने के लिए डिजिटल सपोर्ट दे रहा है। सेवा परमो धर्मः को जीने वाला भारत सीमित संसाधनों के बावजूद भी वैक्सीनेशन डेवलपमेंट और मैन्युफैक्चरिंग में जी जान से जुटा है।
Through eVIN, the government provided an innovative technological solution aimed at strengthening vaccine supply chain systems across the country. This robust system has been used with the requisite customization during the COVID-19 pandemic for ensuring continuation of the essential immunization services and protecting our children and pregnant mothers against vaccine preventable diseases. eVIN aims to provide real-time information on vaccine stocks and flows and storage temperatures across all cold chain points in the country. eVIN combines state-of-the-art technology, a strong IT infrastructure and trained human resources to enable real-time monitoring of stock and storage temperature of the vaccines kept in multiple locations across the country. At present, 23,507 cold chain points across 585...
And now we're taking you across live for a briefing on the Union Cabinet that has met earlier in the day. Union Minister Anurag Singh Thakur